Hey y'all. Okay, so I'm sneaking a little time out on the front porch before we have an Arctic freeze come through. It is currently 70 degrees outside. Tomorrow it's going to be 22. Good times. I'm actually sweating. It's so humid out here. It's insane that tomorrow is going to be so intense, but I wanted to take a few minutes and wish you guys a happy new year. And this sounds terrible, but I wanted to show off my Christmas presents that I got for gardening this year. I'm super excited. My family knows I love gardening and they always give me a few things, but this year I really feel like they hit the nail on the head. I really love the aspects that they gave me. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when my latest videos are up. Remember, every time you subscribe, every time you leave me a comment, it helps me grow my channel. It helps show YouTube that you guys are interested in, that you wanna see more. So make sure you do that and make sure you jump over and follow me on TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna start off with two gifts that are currently back ordered. Y'all have heard supply chain issues, blah, blah, blah. Well, I had family members who bought me these two gifts and unfortunately they did not come on time. And unfortunately they keep getting pushed back and pushed back. And so I actually won't be receiving them until February. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw them up on the screen so you can see what it is that I got. Okay, the first one is some little thumb pinchers. It's a little glove for your thumb and it has a sharp little knife on the end of it and you use it to cut stems on flowers so that I don't have to have my big honkin', I was going to say pinchers, clippers in my hand, my pruners in my hand. Instead, I can just use this little bitty thing to cut stems very quickly. I don't think this will work for all stems, but I think it will work for a significant amount. And I'm also thinking that it might be really, really good for quick pruning when I'm pruning things such as petunias that need to be pruned or any kind of pansies, violas, things along those lines that just need a quick trim and where I don't want to get out the whole pruning shears, but I think this will really work as well. Okay, the next one is a green claw gardening situation. It's a tool that I can utilize in my hand and I can use it to dig through the earth when I have areas where I don't necessarily want to get out a shovel or any kind of spade or anything along those lines. And this will just help me loosen up the soil so that I can either plant or add in seeds or whatever. I thought this was very cool. It looks very heavy duty and has a whole lot of great reviews on it. So I'll be excited to try this tool when it shows up in February. Now, I did get some books for Christmas, and for those of you who don't know, I'm actually an avid reader, not necessarily avid reader of flower books, but I am an avid reader of fantasy, sci-fi, those type of books. I also love any kind of novels that have historical reference, specifically ancient Egypt, and the Roman and the Greek periods. I'm very fascinated with those things, and I read every day. Love to read. But on top of that, I had some family members getting me this new book, and it is called Growing Flowers by Nikki Irving, and she has Flourish Flower Farm. And I've already kind of glanced through it some. First of all, the photos are stunning. I mean, just ridiculously beautiful. But what I love about this book is that if you are a beginner, this is a great book for you because she really breaks it down into very specific steps so that you can easily follow these steps and come out with beautiful blooms. I also think this is a great refresher book for anybody who is a middle to expert level because I think it helps you kind of reassess and make sure that you are following steps that give you the best possible blooms at the end of each of your seasons. She talks about growing indoors, outdoors, direct seeding, transplanting, hardening off, growing ranunculus, anemones, dahlias, all kinds of beautiful blooms with all kinds of beautiful photos along the way. She even gets specific with irrigation, and I know a lot of people struggle with irrigation. They don't know what to do. I do have some videos up on how I do my drip irrigation. This is a really great book for beginners all the way to expert level growers, and I really loved it, and I really loved how simple and easy it was to read. Now, I highlight in my books, specifically flower books when I'm in them. So as I go through this book, I will go through and I will highlight areas that specifically stand out to me. And then typically I will put some type of post-it note in it to as a reminder of like where I wanted to do or what I was interested in this particular book. So don't feel like you got to keep these books pristine. They're meant to be used and well loved. Okay, next I got this calendar called The Secret Garden. It is a 12-month calendar for all of 2022 with beautiful, absolutely gorgeous photos. The Secret Garden was one of my favorite books growing up and one of my favorite movies. I've watched as many versions of The Secret Garden as I possibly could. If you love The Secret Garden, be sure to drop me your favorite version of the movie. I loved one that was on the Hallmark Channel years and years ago. I'll throw up a picture of it, and it's one of my favorite versions as well, but there's so many great varieties of it. But anyway, this is a 12-month calendar with beautiful photos on it, and I do have a video coming out soon where I will be going through the calendar and I will be showing you how I'm laying out all my seed sowing, transplanting, and everything so that you can see it month per month, and that will go right along with the series that I'm going to have the first week of every month, where I'm going to be talking about what seeds I'll be sowing that particular month. Okay, the next book I got was The Flower Hunter, and this book is by Lucy Hunter, hence Hunter, right? Really smart. And this is more focused on flower arranging, utilizing stuff from your garden, foraging, that type of thing, and creating beautiful arrangements with it. The photos are absolutely stunning. It very much has a cottage style, whimsical design on blooms and arrangements. And it talks about lots of varieties of flowers that this particular designer loves. It talks about how she utilizes them, different vessels, how they look in different lights throughout her house. Absolutely beautiful and inspiring, very inspiring. And I just love all the photos throughout. So I haven't been through this book yet, but I will review it later as we're going through it. I just really like her approach to something different. And she talks about like what blooms look really good in the fall, what arrangements look really good in the spring, all the way through all the seasons. It is getting busy right here. Okay, this next gift is pretty dear to my heart. My sweet 11-year-old son, he wanted to get me a gift this year, and so he picked me out this shirt with a big sunflower on it because he said, it's a happy sunflower just like you, Mommy. I'm gonna wear this shirt until it falls to pieces. It was such a sweet thing for him to do, you know. Sometimes the sentimental thoughts behind all that stuff makes a gift extra special. It's not necessarily monetary value on different things. And I spend a lot of time in my garden, and I'm pretty sure that that's something my children are going to remember in the future. When I'm gone, they'll remember flowers. But for my 11-year-old son, who he is a very sincere child, and he is just like a big teddy bear. He's definitely an old soul, but for him to give me something like this just absolutely makes my day. Okay, and then so I saved my favorite gift for last. My sister-in-law got me this, and it is a Hori garden knife, and I have wanted it for a while. Got it off of Amazon, and this is it. Okay, so when I opened this up and showed this to my husband, and I'll throw up some pictures of me opening it on Christmas Day, he was pretty horrified because he's just wondering how long it's going to be till I cut myself or chop off a finger. And I kind of laughed. I was like, you know, the people who watch my videos might be thinking the same thing. But it has a cover. You can loop it through a belt loop. It has a snap to keep it in place. It is a pretty significant knife. It has a serrated edge on one side and then a sharp edge on the other. It is very, very sharp. It also has a numbering and measurement system on here so that you can see how deep you are digging, which is really great for bulbs, seeds, that type of thing. This is supposed to be able to saw branches. It is supposed to be able to cut through quite a bit. I am very excited about it because I think it's going to be a very versatile tool. It is pristine right at this moment. I haven't used it yet, but I'm dying to get into it. and start messing around with it. But I'll talk to you guys about this and let you know how I like it as we go. It looks like it's a wood handle. It does have the metal all the way through, which is a really good sign of a good knife, is when the knife metal goes all the way through the entire handle instead of just like glued into the top part. So I really think that this will end up holding up for quite a while. If you have a Hori garden knife and you love it or hate it or have any tips about it, please send it to me. I am nervous. I mean, as you guys know, I've cut myself in the past on video and injured myself and come in contact and had allergic reactions. I mean, I'm definitely prone to having issues in the garden. So I will have to be really careful with this, but I'm really excited about what I'm going to be able to do with this in the garden. Okay, so that's what I got for Christmas from family and friends. I loved it. I also had some gift cards to some local nurseries, which I will be utilizing as quickly as possible. But I love that my family and friends encouraged my love of gardening. Gardening brings me a lot of joy. Doing and working on this YouTube channel brings me a lot of joy as well. Believe it or not, I'm actually an introvert. A lot of people think I'm an extrovert, but I'm an introvert who was raised to be an extrovert. So the family my family I grew up with, my mother is absolutely an extrovert and she raised us to be that way. However, my sisters and we are all introverts. So I am an introvert who can go out and function and fake it till I make it as an extrovert. But having this YouTube channel and being able to talk to you guys on almost a daily basis really works well for the type of personality I have, because it's hard to actually reach out and talk to people face to face, in person, that type of thing. This YouTube social media aspect is really, really great for the person I am. And so I really appreciate you all and my friends and my family continuing to encourage this love and this channel throughout the year. I'm very excited. I'm halfway through my second year as a YouTube creator, and I'm loving it so far. But thank you all so much for joining me today. All those links for all these different products are down below. They are affiliate links. So I do receive some benefit through those links. I wanted to be very upfront about that so that nobody is fooled regarding that. And then if you got something amazing for the holidays, an amazing gift for the garden, drop it below. We want to know. We want to know what's cool. We want to know what you're loving. We want to know what you don't like. If there's some product that you got, it's awful, you don't like it, let us know, because we don't want to waste our money on it either. But yeah, let us know what you got for the holidays that you love and that you can't wait to use in your own garden. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.